have to be watching on Flow.
This is your Race of the Week, presented by Sweet Manufacturing.
They get to the Rio Grande Waste Services starting zone, and this 50-lap main event is underway here in the desert.
Off into 1 and 2. Davenport will slide up in front of Pierce. Pierce will turn back down the hill. Here comes Bobby Pierce off into 3 and 4. Who's going to lead lap number 1? Off into 3 and 4. It's Davenport up top. Pierce down low. Drag race back to the line, and lap number 1 scored to Bobby Pierce.
They got a good racetrack here tonight, and Pierce leads by half a cat's whisker that time by at the line. JD going to try to cross him over down the back straightaway. Side by side momentarily for the lead. Davenport will now pull ahead through turns 3 and 4. Pierce will try to drive back down under him. It'll be JD leading lap 2.
New leader on lap 2. Well, JD did the same thing on lap 2. Pierce did to him on lap 1, and now Pierce going to try the bottom, and he'll take the lead off 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes Larson in 3rd.
Kyle Larson lurking in the shadows. He's going to try to pull the Rumley 6 alongside Jonathan Davenport in the 4th corner. Instead, Davenport gets a monster run. He'll challenge Bobby Pierce for the race lead. They go side by side through 1 and 2. Davenport clears Pierce. Pierce will drive back down under him.
How about 3 lead changes first 3 laps? Here comes Larson. We have another lead change off of turn number 4. Davenport ducks back to the bottom. Davenport will lead that lap.
Man, this is really good in the early stages of the Rio Grande Waste Services 50. Larson now going to drive down to the inside. They momentarily went 3 wide in 1 and 2. Pierce will throw a haymaker at Davenport in 3 and 4. Davenport with the momentum up top, going to try to bring Larson with him. Larson crosses over Pierce.
Here comes Kyle Larson to the inside of Bobby Pierce. Larson slots him. Oh, Pierce bounces up into the wall. Pierce back to 3rd. Let's keep this baby green tonight in the desert. That time at the line, another 3/10 of a second off Davenport's lead. And Pierce goes to the inside of Larson. Here comes Bobby Pierce. Here's Larson. And lap traffic soon to be a reality.
Man, we got another banger in the desert here tonight as
Marlar.
Bobby Pierce closes in on Jonathan Davenport. They all 3 better go because Mike Marlar is closing in quickly on that lead trio.
Marlar's coming in a hurry. You just saw him come into your screen side by side briefly for the lead. Davenport heads down low. Pierce up top. Larson's right there. Marlar's right there. Stormy Scott's reeling him in. Off of turn number 4, it's Davenport, your leader of lap number 16. Pierce looks to his inside down in turns 1 and 2, and we got a battle for the lead working lap number 18.
Bobby Pierce momentarily clears Jonathan Davenport as they head into turns 3 and 4. Larson going to try to go around the high side and get both of them as they come off the corner. You've got a new leader of the stripe. It's Bobby Pierce.
You got Pierce to the front. Here comes Larson. Here comes Marlar. It's Marlar to the inside of Larson. Can't quite get there. Now, where does Pierce go? He's thinking of let's split the lap cars. Yes, sir, he will. He goes right through the middle. Weinbarger into the fence. Larson up in front of Davenport. Here comes Marlar. It's Balkers for 2nd on back.
He'll be looking at the crossed flags this time by 25 laps down, 25 laps to go, and Mike Marlar is able to work back by Jonathan Davenport for 2nd.
Heavy lap traffic in front of you. Oh, Davenport into the fence down in 1 and 2, and he drives off, but not before Larson goes by, and Stormy Scott as well.
Mike Marlar in the 157 looking to go back-to-back here in the desert. He'll drive back to the outside, roll the middle, coming off the corner. He's got to run on Pierce down the backstretch.
Pierce slams the door on him, and now he looks back to the inside. Larson's licking his chops back in 3rd. Stormy Scott on the prowl back in 4th. Here comes Marlar at the line, half a car length behind Pierce. They are dicing every inch of this racetrack here tonight.
Oh, here comes Larson in the 6 as well. Stormy Scott in the 2. Vado Speedway Park, I heart you. We have got one whale of a show here, Ben, this time by 17 to go.
And here comes Larson. Where's he going to go off into 1 and 2? He'll go to the top. 3 different grooves among your top 3 cars, and Stormy Scott's catching them all. Marlar down the back straightaway to the outside of Pierce. Off into 3 and 4. 3 different grooves. Who's going to lead lap number 34 off turn number 4? Is it going to be Mike Marlar? You got a new leader, DJ, and he's bringing Larson to the party with him.
Mike Marlar to the lead. Kyle Larson to 2nd. Bobby Pierce to 3rd, and all 3 of them were covered by 1/10 of a second at time by at the stripe. This one's not over yet, though. Bobby Pierce gets a run off turn number 4. Larson will cross him over.
Here's Larson up to 2nd. Pierce back around him. Every inch of the racetrack right now, they're using it as they work lap 36. Out front, the 157 of Marlar, your leader. Can Larson get out front? We've had 3 different leaders, DJ. Larson wants to make it number 4.
Indeed he does, and he's got a good run off corner number 4, this time by 14 laps to go for your race leader, Marlar. Larson going to try to get a run down the back straightaway.
Look at Stormy.
Stormy Scott right there as well. He's going to try to drive the 2S on the bottom to the front. Larson with a run off corner number 4.
Slider down in 1 and 2. Could it be? Would it be? Oh, to the inside of Marlar. Marlar and Larson go for the same piece of real estate. Good, clean racing. Marlar holds the lead. Pierce back in 3rd. That top starting to give up as Bobby Pierce looks to the inside of Larson. He's going to throw a slider off into 3 and 4. Off of turn number 4. We got 10 laps to go, and we got a hell of a battle for the top 3.
Mike Marlar unable to pull away away from Kyle Larson or Bobby Pierce. Pierce now hits his marks right down in 1 and 2. He's got to run on Larson in a battle for second. Pierce in the 32, Larson in the 6. Larson will wash up in front of the Oakwood, Illinois driver. Both of them trying to gain ground once again on Marlar.
Don't look now, but Mike Marlar has caught Mikey Kyle, and he does not want to have what he had happen earlier as Pierce to second, Larson back to third, back and forth to Stormy Scott. And it's going to be Pierce up top through 3 and 4. Mike Marlar right behind Mikey Kyle. Oh no, is history going to repeat itself? Where will Marlar go? Off into 1 and 2.
He's going to try to roll the middle. Pierce goes up high. Bobby Pierce might get a run on Mike Marlar down the back straightaway, Ben. 8 laps to go here in the finale in the desert. Marlar, Pierce, Larson, Scott, throw a blanket over all
new
of them.
leader. Bobby Pierce to the lead as the lead changes continue. Now Marlar changes his line, and here comes Larson with a head of steam up top. Kyle Larson, can he get there as he goes to the outside of Marlar? Off into 3 and 4. Bobby Pierce, your leaders. He'll race back to 6 to go.
6 to go this time by, and now Kyle Larson takes second back away from Mike Marlar. My goodness, Pierce, though, unable to pull away. Marlar going to get a run back down to the inside of Larson in a battle for the second spot. Stormy Scott watching all of this unfold. Again, the top 4, 2x2, coming off turn number 4 with 7 to go.
Clean Stuckey pinches off Bobby Pierce, and it's going to be Larson with a slider down in 1 and 2. He parks it in front of him off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Pierce drives back around him. We come back to 4 to go, and it's going to be another slider from Larson as he goes up in front of Pierce. It's Slide Job City at FK Ride-In's Vado Speedway Park, and we got 3 to go.
This time by 4 laps. 4 laps to go, yes, and you can throw a blanket over the top 4. Pierce in 32, Larson in 6, Marlar in 157, Stormy Scott in the mix in the 2S, Larson back to the inside of Pierce. Pierce will cross him over. What a race!
Oh, now 3 to go as they head off into 1 and 2. Pierce doing everything he's got to do. Larson throwing everything at him. Time is running out. What else can Kyle Larson throw at Bobby Pierce? DJ, this time out of 4, what do you say he's going to be in the air?
2, count them, 2 popsicle sticks in the air for your race leader, Bobby Pierce. Pierce trying to turn back Larson. Larson drives the 6 car in deep to 1 and 2.
Well, Pierce slid himself right there, and it cost him a little bit of ground. They go off into 3 and 4. Larson's going to close in on him. Larson might get one more shot at him as they race back to the white flag. Next time out of 4 might be the slider.
White flag's out, final time around. Larson will keep the 6 car glued to the top side of the racetrack and get one more run on the 32 of Pierce.
Off into 3 and 4 for the final time. $25,000 on the line. Pierce throws it in there. Larson in there. Your winner tonight, Bobby Pierce, coming home second, Kyle Larson.